So I want to make this video to clear something up about me and prismatic evolutions and just generally talk about why I am investing so heavily into this set. So I first want to clear something up about prismatic, and please watch this whole video. I want to emphasize that in here because I know a lot of you guys don't watch my whole video. You just read the title, you watch a few minutes, and you comment. And in this time, it really does matter you watch the whole thing because context matters a lot. And that's something I want to talk about here. Generally, why I don't really respond to a lot of my comments. I know some of you guys complain about it, but you guys got to understand something. A lot of people who watch my videos, right, like I said, they don't watch the whole thing. And they'll comment something. And the thing they'll comment is, criticism. And I'm fine with criticism that's, I guess correct. But a lot of the criticism I get just is straight up just not correct because people don't watch my whole videos and they take so many things I say out of context. And I'm not going to read every single comment back to every single person that gives me some criticism, especially when it's not really valid because people don't watch my whole video. I see there are some intelligent people that actually do listen to my videos without it being muted and watch the whole thing, and they understand where I'm coming from. But there's 90% of the people in my comments that criticize me that don't watch the whole thing. They take a lot of things out of context, and that's why I don't respond to comments. I'm not going to go back and forth and try to explain myself. If you understand my point of view and you get it and you want to, comment something constructive criticism, sure. But if you're going to take something out of context, I'm not going to bother to respond back because why? It's just a waste of time. So with Prismatic, I want to clear up this thing. Like I said, context matters here. Why so many people are saying I'm a flip-flopper and why that's not exactly true. On paper, I have changed my mind, but there's a reason why, and context, like I said, really matters here. So please turn your volumes up, put your headphones on, and listen. So I have said in the past that I was not going to invest into prismatic evolutions over MSRP. I said $80 in Elite Trainer box was expensive. I said all these things about prismatic evolutions. I 100% agree. I said that. But like I said, context matters. When did I say those things? I said it before we knew the Umbreon SIR was over $1,500. I said that before the set was released. I said that before all these things, right? I said that before we even knew what was in the set. So this is where I'm telling you guys, context matters. I said those things, but in what context, right? I said that before the set was released, before we knew the set value of prismatic evolutions. So maybe now you can see why I don't respond to comments. People take things out of context. I did say those things, but I said it in a different context, which makes more sense. And now I've changed my mind. Why? Because I see the value in this set. Is that really wrong to change my mind when I have more information? I don't really think it is, but a lot of people in the space, and why I don't respond to a lot of my comments, I just can't handle it. A lot of people don't understand context. People just take things just black and white and then criticize you for it. And like I said, if it is 100% valid, I will own up to it. I have owned up to things in the past. But this whole thing with people saying, Vapor Self, you're a huge flip-flop or whatever about the set, you can say that all you want. You can keep saying that, but I'm explaining to you in this video, because I'm not going to respond to these comments, why I've done that. It's because the context matters. I said that before all of these things happened with Prismatic. A smart person would change their mind about Prismatic, seeing the set value. I really believe that. It's not all black and white, guys. You can't just say something about a set and 100% stick throughout with what you said before 100% of the way if things change. Like, that would not be very smart. And I feel like that's fair. I feel like it's fair to change your mind about things when things do actually change. Like knowing how expensive cards are in this set and all these things, all the Master Balls, pull rates, all these things that we, like, even when I said that, I remember when I said those things, $80 in Elite Trainer box was too expensive. We didn't know Master Balls were even 100% guaranteed. So context matters so much, and I can't emphasize that enough, but I've kind of given up responding to a lot of comments because I used to respond a lot because just people don't understand context and they don't watch my whole videos. So I just don't find there to be a point to respond to everybody. And hopefully you guys understand. I know a lot of you guys are going to call me a crybaby and stuff, and that's why I don't respond to comments. It's just worthless to me, and I'm kind of just tired of responding to people that don't watch my whole videos, take my words out of context. And I see there are some intelligent people. I've seen some people respond to some people that criticize me, saying that you're wrong about this. He actually said this, and those people are right. Those people actually watch my videos because I told you guys, if you watch my whole video of everything, things make more sense. But yeah, that's all I guess I wanted to clear up with Prismatic. You can keep calling me flip flopper. It doesn't matter. What I do, how I, sell stuff all off to the side of YouTube and stuff, nothing's affected. So on this, social media platform and just my online vapor self, you can say whatever you want about me. And even after me explain this whole thing, the comments are gonna still say I'm a straight up flip flopper and whatever. But like I said, context matters so much, but people don't understand that. So I'm just done with this rant. But I feel like I need it to be said because, especially, I feel like a lot of people that watch me are much older than me. So I'm surprised people actually say these things about me without having any context. Like, I feel like if you are, a little bit older, maybe you should watch the whole video and then make a conclusion instead of just jumping to stuff. But I guess I'm just over this rant. Hopefully you guys do, understand now. But like I said, the mass majority of people, they're not even gonna watch this whole rant. They're gonna just watch the first minute, comment, and then leave. So it is what it is, whatever. But now, going on to the second part of the video, I want to explain why I'm so heavily investing into this set. So, I have bought more Prismatic Evolutions, I've told you guys, and I've recently, this is, after making the past video talking about me buying even more now, I made a pretty large purchase recently with Prismatic. So I do believe Prismatic Evolutions might be my most heavily invested set, which is kind of crazy to say. I didn't think it was going to be like this, but like I said, context matters. Things have changed with Prismatic, and that's what I decided to do. And I've talked about it before. I'm not showing you guys everything I have. It's not in this whole space. It's like a bragging thing now. So I'm not going to show anything. I'm just going to keep it quiet, but just know I did make a large purchase. And like I said, this is, I think, my most heavily invested set now. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Prismatic. So I'm going to show you guys the prices here. I'll keep saying it. I know this is a new set. This is cheap. I don't care what people say. When you look at value, when you look at previous sets that have been popular, you look at that value and you look at the products, Prismatic becomes so cheap. And, I know in time, people will get used to it. When this becomes 2, 3, 4 months old, people will not be saying these things about Prismatic that they are now. It's just because Prismatic is under a month old, people are saying this. The same thing happened with Surging Sparks when it came out. Too expensive, overpriced. Who's saying that now about Surging Sparks? Not many people, right? That's kind of calmed down. Why? Surging Sparks, 3, 4 months old, is not exactly just like brand new anymore. There's not a bunch of hype around it. And it's $250 a box. For a set that's 3 or 4 months old, you would think a ton of people would be screaming that it's expensive. But it's not really the case because it's not the highlight anymore. And I feel like Prismatic Evolutions is going to be the exact same thing. It's going to keep going up in price, but as it gets older, people are not going to complain as much because it's not brand new. Because when Journey Together comes out, when Destined Rivals comes out, those will be the sets that people get mad at, but not Prismatic. I feel like that's going to happen. And that's just how I feel about this set. And I see, like I said, I think this set is so cheap for what it is. It's just time will fix things. People's attitude, people's anger, all these things about the prices, it will change. And I'm going to compare it to a set I've compared to before, 151. So look at all these prices, right? $120 for Prismatic Evolutions, Elite Trainer box, around $72 for a binder collection box, poster collections around $35, tech stickers around $35, surprise boxes $65, and look at the set value. So yes, it has dropped under 8,000, but I mean, when you see how many SIRs are in this set, it's like over 30. I mean, things can fluctuate $10, $20. It's going to change it a few $100. It's really nothing. But still, this is the most valuable set by far. And it's been almost a month since this set has been released. So like I said, I've said this so many times, the major price drops have pretty much already happened, right? Yes, over time, it'll probably continue to go down. That's very possible. But it's not going to just drop in half, right? And, this is just so expensive compared to even Evolving Skies. I think Evolving Skies might be at like a little bit over $4,000, 5,000. This is thousands over that. So yeah, this is still the most expensive set by far. Now, when you compare this, and people might not like this comparison or whatever, people might say it's different. But 151, 151 is only a year and a half old, guys, and it's $190. And when this came out, you got to understand that it was not hyped as it is now. If you were here for the release of 151, you know this. Elite Trainer boxes were around mid-50s, very easy to get online for retail. It was not hard, okay? And look at where it's at now, a year and a half later. Look at where Prismatic Evolutions has started. I mean, if you take these things and you think about it, like, it becomes more, I think, reasonable to say that Prismatic isn't that expensive when you also look at the set value. And also remember that 151 had so many restocks, so many different places you could have bought at retail recently, Blooming Waters in Canada or whatever. We had so many restocks from Walmart, Target, people readily finding these in person. Even online there were drops on Walmart. I don't know about Target. And then Costco got some Elite Trainer boxes. There were so many restocks of the set that nobody wants to talk about. And look how it's performed in the whole year. It's pretty much consistently gone up. So I know Prismatic, there's talks about this huge reprint. There's talk about this increase in print, all these things, all these new products. If 151 is any indication, I feel like there may be some validity, maybe it does go down a little bit Prismatic from these reprints, whatever you're going to do. But like I said, 151, they got so much product at retail and it didn't really affect it that much. And during the time that they were getting restocked and stuff, the market was not like how it is now. So I think Prismatic has a way more set value. It's in a way hyped market. And it's already come out the gate this expensive. I don't see how Prismatic Evolutions right now is going to be seen to be very expensive in the next few months. I feel like it's just going to keep going up. And that's just how I view things. I know I'm definitely, I guess, in the minority of how I view Prismatic as being not that expensive because, yes, it's brand new. But like I said, wait a few months, people will calm down, things will change. That's just my opinion. But you can see here, almost $200 for a normal Elite Trainer box of a modern set. But nobody's complaining about 151 because it's a year and a half old. Binder collections, this is a crazy one. It's $165 and they do actually sell. If you look here, they do sell. So it is kind of surprising. This is almost as expensive as the Elite Trainer box, and it only has 4 packs. Prismatic Evolutions has 5 packs. So that is interesting to see. This is very expensive. The binder itself goes for around $40, I believe. Booster bundles are almost $70. These were $54 not too long ago. Poster collections, $40. And look at the set value, guys. You want to talk about an overvalued set? 151 products. I would consider those overvalued. Look at the top card. $250. And people are going to say, well, it's older, it makes sense. Well, why not? Why is Prismatic going to be any different then? It has what? I don't even know what the math on this would be. 4x? I don't know if the math is right. 4x the value of 151. I think that's around right. 4 or 5x. You don't think Prismatic Evolutions in a year and a half is going to be more expensive than what 151 products are right now? I think that's kind of insane, right? There's almost no reason to open up 151 at this point. I know the pull rates are easier. I know that it has that going for it, but there's like no value in here when you see how expensive products are. And this is still a modern set. It's still a modern product. So, I think 151. I feel like it's just, I guess, I don't know, the stigma around it. But people like 151 so much. So I feel like people won't really call out that it's overpriced or whatever. But Prismatic, since it came out in this market and there's so much anger, it has that stigma to it. I feel like just in time, people will adjust to Prismatic and it'll be probably like 151 where people will adjust to the prices. So, that's all I have to say, why I'm heavily invested and just clear some things up. So, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.